certainly a pleasure to come to the Stark County Fair and evaluate your show today. We'll try to give these each of these classes some time to make sure that I'm getting them evaluated as I see them. Give these as we go through the day, give these kids plenty of chances to show off their projects. I know that they've spent a lot of time on them during the summer, and I'm just not going to rush through this show and be done really quickly. We get into this first class. It's a little larger class, so a little difficult to see over there on the side rail. But I think when we get out into the class, we got a really easy winner in this ewe lamb that we have up here in the top. Just really a lot of things when we evaluate her, when we handle her. We look at the side of her. I think that she's just very nicely designed throughout. She's very clean up through that front end. Has a lot of really nice design up through that front end. Comes out with a tremendous amount of length out over that top. Not only does she have length over that top, but when you start evaluating her, she has a lot of depth to that rib, a lot of width to that rib, just very three-dimensional, all the way from the top of that shoulder, all the way through that rack, that loin, coming back into that hip. Really fills out nicely down through the center of that leg, really standing on a nice set of feet and legs. Just a really nice shoe that we can come up and bring to the top of this class. A lot of things you can appreciate about her. Then we come on down here with another massive maid kind of ewe. She certainly does not have the length overall that we have in that first place shoe. Isn't showing me that dimension up to the top, but you really have to appreciate her for how much she has. She just doesn't have as much mass in that rack and to that loin down to that leg. She doesn't show me the overall length of top that we have in that first place shoe. She doesn't show me that overall design in terms of that cleanliness up through that front end. But a really nice shoe that we can say sits up here in the second place. Congratulations. Then we got a much smaller framed type sheep up here, but yet a very massive kind of a sheep in terms of the overall amount of thickness and width that it has up in that top and down through that leg. I just like to lengthen this shoe out quite a bit as we get into that hind saddle and back into that hip. Really setting on a nice set of feet and legs, but I think kind of sits into this third place spot really nicely for me today. So good job. I'm going to move these up here a little bit. We're going to be restricted by this cord here today. I can see that, but stay right there. Fifth place shoe, another nice shoe, probably a longer maid ewe than my third place shoe. Again, like to just clean her up through that front end, maybe make her a little higher right there at the shoulder. Give her some more mass as we come in width and thickness as we come over that top and down to that leg. Certainly a ewe with some capacity about her. I just like to maybe make her just a little fancier made, a little bit more length throughout to get her any higher in the class. Good job. Coming down with another nice maid ewe, a ewe with some width, some thickness over that top. She starts to fail a little bit as we get down through that leg in terms of the overall mass and muscle that she has. But I think a nice shoe to put her in this fifth place spot. Good job. Come on down the class. We certainly have some differences in types and kinds. We got some breeding sheep monodales over there that are nice. We got some smaller weather type sheep over there that just don't have the size and the mass and the muscle to get any higher in this class today. Let's give all these exhibitors a nice round of applause for their exhibit.
For our class of meat ewe lambs, first place and congratulations goes to Elliot Walters. Second place, Grace Menastra. Third, Ann Rohr. Fourth, Kenley McCracken. Fifth, Wyatt Rittenhouse. Sixth, Laura Seward. Seventh, Ellis Birch. Eighth, Abigail Cottrell. Ninth, Julia Seward. 10th, Abigail Seward. And 11th, Jolson Kiko. class of Meet Yearling Youth, Abigail Cottrell, Jolson Kiko, Marcus Estock, Rebecca Bonner, Abigail Seward, Julia Seward, and Elliot Walters.
better face. Sorry about the confusion. I'm trying to get them into a position so that you can see them from the sidelines and with the kids in a better position to show them off to the crowd. Plus, with my restricted cord here, it gives me a little better opportunity to come out and talk about some of these top ones here in this particular class. I think we got a really interesting class, certainly a lot of diversity from top to bottom in terms of types and kinds. And we got a couple of Monadale breeding sheep in here. We got some certainly some club type sheep and certainly some differences in quality from top to bottom as well as types and kinds. I think the ewe that really easily wins this class is this weather type Hampshire looking ewe that we got here up here at the top of the class. Just to really love the mass that she brings out to the table. She's that kind of ewe that we hope as we come on down the line and she stays in the flock that she's a productive type of ewe. When we get really looking at her from the side, you really have to appreciate the length that she carries throughout. But when you get looking at her from the top, just really wide and massive out over that top, show me a lot of width and thickness and depth as we come back over the top of that particular sheep in terms of that rack and that loin. Fills out really nicely back in that hip and down to the center of that leg. Walks out on a nice set of feet and legs, really nicely designed up through that front end. I think a ewe that just real easily wins this class from top to bottom. So we come down in here with this Monadale ewe that I think I really appreciate a lot of things about her. I love the breed character that she brings to the table here. I love the length that she has. She's really wide out over that top in terms of that, for that Monadale breed, really long out over that top. Really walks out on a nice set of feet and legs and really appreciates her overall width and her length and breed character and structural correctness to come into the second place spot for me today. Third place ewe, again, a ewe I appreciate for her overall length. She tends to be a little bit more narrow out over that top than that second place ewe, kind of why she's going to fit into this third place spot for me today, but a nice ewe in her own right to fit in that third place spot. Congratulations. So we come on down and we start getting starting to lack some width and thickness over the top of some of these ewes down here. This next ewe, probably my biggest fault for her is she just doesn't have enough leg. I do appreciate her length. I appreciate the width that she has. Just like to maybe mass her out a good bit to be more competitive in this particular class. A nice ewe sitting here in this next spot. A little smaller, more compact type of ewe in this next poll. She just doesn't show me that overall mass and size and scale to get any higher in this class, but I do appreciate her design. I just like to fill her out a whole lot more, give her a whole lot more mass and length in order to be more competitive in this class today. We come on down the class, next ewe, another long body ewe. She just doesn't have that overall width and thickness as we see in some of the sheep that we have above her. In the last place, you certainly probably my lightest muscle ewe in the class. Just doesn't have that overall width and thickness, structural design to be any higher in the class today. Congratulations to all of them.
In our class of meet yearling ewes, first place and congratulations goes to Elliot Walters. Second to Abigail Seward. Third, Julia Seward. Fourth, Rebecca Bonner. Fifth, Abigail Cottrell. Sixth, Jolson Kiko. And seventh, Marcus S. Dodd. Entering the ring now is going to be our class for our champion meet ewe. Out of our meet ewe lamb class, first place was Elliot Walters. In second place was Grace Menastra. And out of our meet yearling ewe class, Elliot Walters. And second place was Abigail Stewart. Let's give these kids a round of applause.
All right, we get out in our champion drive. I think we have a couple of really good competitors, or some really nice competitors out here in this particular class. I think the ewe that I talked about earlier, the shoe lamb, just easily comes out here and it's going to be our champion ewe in our meat breeds here today. I just love a lot of things about her design, her width, her thickness, her overall mass that she brings to the table here today. Second place, probably a reserve, gets a little closer for me. We're going to go with our second place ewe lamb down there that follows my champion ewe. I think that, again, showed me a lot of potential on down the road in terms of that size and scale and mass and width that she has, the cleanness up front end. So congratulations to all of you for a nice breeding sheep exhibit that you brought out to us here today.
Congratulations to our champion meet ewe out of our ewe lamb class, Elliot Walters. And our reserve champion meet ewe, also out of our meet ewe lamb class, is Grace Menastra. Now entering the ring is our class of meet ram lambs. We have Abigail Cottrell, Julia Seward, and Laura Seward.